The actual disease means that the body either does not make insulin or it doesn't make enough insulin for its needs, and that can be due to a situation known as insulin resistance. The consequence of that, or why is that important, is that the glucose or sugar from the foods that we're eating are actually going to build up in the bloodstream. And if they build up in the bloodstream, they can then form high concentrations within the cells that can't keep that sugar out. And that causes a lot of dysfunction or problems in those cells. Also, when we have the insulin is too little for our needs, our liver actually thinks we're hungry because normally insulin is very high when we eat. But when a person's insulin levels start to decrease, the liver thinks you're hungry. And so it's going to start pouring sugar out in the circulation. That's a problem because somebody who has advanced diabetes or type 1 diabetes can eat absolutely nothing all day and have very high blood sugars because of what they're making and releasing from their liver. And so insulin plays a role not just to escort that glucose or sugar into the cells, but it also feeds back and tells the liver, no, we don't need any more food, keep your sugar to yourself. Glucose is actually a term for a special kind of sugar. There are many different kinds of sugars, but the type of sugar in your own body, or the preferred currency, if you will, is called glucose. And glucose is going to be the type of fuel that we're going to get from the food that we eat, and it's going to circulate through the bloodstream. Insulin is going to help assist the body in moving the glucose or sugar from the bloodstream into the cells to be used for energy. So why is high blood sugar a problem? Well, if you think about it, if the sugar is all in the bloodstream, the cells don't have any. And so a person feels very fatigued and they're not functioning at a very good level. And even though there's plenty of sugar, there's nothing for the cells and they are just screaming to be fed. And so a person with high blood sugars is often really hungry because they don't think that there's any food. There's tons of food, it just can't get through. Kind of like if you're looking at a store and it's closed and you're looking through the window and you think, I'd really like to buy that, but you can't get in. So that's kind of the problem. The other problem is that there are cells that actually don't need insulin at all to get the sugar in. And so when those cells are inundated or flooded with all this sugar, it builds up and it actually causes those tissues not to work properly. And we can get long-term and permanent damage in the eyes and kidneys, intestines, nerves, and also the heart and the blood vessels as a direct result of having too much sugar accumulated. The definition for diabetes is actually derived from Greek, and the word diabetes really means siphon or to pass through. The second part of it, mellitus, which oftentimes people leave off, really means honey or sweet. If you went to any movie theater, mall, your workplace, and you looked around, about 1 out of every 8 people that you see probably has diabetes. That's a big problem. What's even worse is that of those people you didn't just point out who had diabetes, about 1 in 4 have prediabetes or are on their way to diabetes if they don't take action.